HarperCollins presents Tales from Shakespeare by Michael Morpurgo, including The Winter's Tale, read by Michael Morpurgo with a performance from William Grint and Zoe Lambert, and The Tempest, performed by Amanda Hadingue and Mahadi Masuku, with introductions by Michael Morpurgo.
Hello, my name is Michael Morpurgo, and I've been writing a book called Tales from Shakespeare, retellings of the great plays of William Shakespeare. This tale is based on The Winter's Tale, a play. It's all about jealousy and love, and finally about forgiveness. There are lots of different ways always to interpret Shakespeare's plays and characters and stories. My tales from Shakespeare are full of ideas about what I think the characters are like, how the story evolves. But you might have very, very different ideas. You probably have, and you might even want to write these down or act them out, maybe. That's what he wanted. He wanted us to act these plays. Enjoy it. It began well. A marriage made in beautiful Sicily, but in heaven too. Many said that at the court of Leontes, king of Sicily. The king and his wife Hermione, who was as modest and kind as she was glamorous, had always been the happiest of couples, and so devoted to one another that it sometimes seemed they needed no one else around them, that they lived simply for each other and for their little son Mamilius, their pride and joy. And soon there would be another child in the family, a perfect family and a perfect wife. And it was true. Hermione gave Leontes all the companionship and love he needed in his life. But there was someone he missed and longed to see again, his old friend Polixenes, his best childhood friend with whom he had grown up and gone to school. Like brothers they had been, and Leontes had not seen him for years. Their paths in life, though similar in a way, had taken them away from one another. Both were princes, Leontes of Sicily, Polixenes of Bohemia. Both their fathers had died whilst the two princes were still young, and had been crowned king before they ever expected it. So both young men, each in his own land, and Sicily and Bohemia were hundreds of miles apart, had to take on all the heavy responsibilities of kingship. This meant that they were expected to stay home where they were needed, so the two old friends had not seen each other for many years. They would write to one another and exchange birthday presents, but for Leontes this wasn't enough. He wanted a reunion, to see his old friend again. As the time passed, he kept sending Polixenes invitations to come and visit him in Sicily, and eventually, to his great delight, he came. It was a happy reunion. They were not disappointed in one another. Their old friendship was easily rekindled as they reminisced about old times, about school, and all the fun and games they had got up to together. And Hermione was always there with them, loving to see her husband so happy with his old friend. The two best friends very soon became three. But all good things have to come to an end, and some good things turn bad too. Leontes really did not want his friend to leave. They were having such a great time together. He tried all he could to persuade Polixenes not to go back home to Bohemia just yet, to stay a while longer. But Polixenes was adamant. He had been away long enough. He had to get home. So Leontes asked Hermione to go to him and see what she could do to change his mind. She wasn't optimistic about her ability to do this, but for Leontes she was quite happy to try. So she did all she could to encourage Polixenes to stay. Leontes knew he should have been overjoyed when his friend very soon decided he would be happy to stay on for a few weeks longer. But strangely, he was not.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?